Here on the Samphire flats and the salty section along the creek line, we've just got into the fenced off York gum Samphire and a few other species remnant that stretches back along the creek for over 3 kilometres. It's a valuable contribution in fencing off this part of the landscape, in addition to the remnant further away from here. It gives the area a chance to recover. We see quite a few Euro tracks through here, and there's also cat tracks through here too. So ordinarily you'd expect to see in here this Samphire's quite good cover and foraging space for white-winged fairy wrens. We've recorded those in Samphire flats before. So this is quite another different habitat compared with the more dryland areas we've been on at the other sites. But we've got York in here as well. Some pasture grass invasion, but generally it's still okay. We've got small foliage gleaning birds in the York gum. The weebills again are the main species there. But we're also seeing great butcher birds. The great butcher bird is a carnivore, predates small birds from nests, but more commonly it takes small reptiles. Around here are galahs and ringnecks, which are making the most of hollows that are present in York gum on the edge of this site. But here is different. It's under flood inundation. It's a different world, but now it's drying out, so it's still good habitat for small fairy wrens and a few other ground insect-eating birds. In this little creek section with the Samphire here, we've just spotted fairy wrens, the Samphire specialists, and these are the white-winged fairy wrens. The female's the lightest coloured greyish of all of the fairy wrens, and the smallest too. And the adult male is distinctly deep cobalt blue almost, with white wings. The race that occurs around here anyway. So we've seen them, and it's a great little example of a bird that's quite well adapted to this landscape here, and it's quite likely they'll be nesting in some of these thicker patches of Samphire. Okay, here we are on the banks of Moora River, still on this Isbester property. We've got what appears at first glance to be, well, not a lot happening, but just in the time we've been here we've seen a pair of sacred kingfishers moving up and down the river, and one's right out sitting on a low branch in the middle. In fact, both are currently. We've seen them dive down to take fish, presumably in small fish and other aquatic life in the water itself, and in the wet soil, the soft banks, and also up in the Samphire to take a small skink, and then back to process or to continue to scan for prey from favoured perches on dead branches of whole trees and stumps and things that ordinarily elsewhere might be removed. But it highlights the importance of just because the tree has died, it still has value as habitat for particularly these birds. And behind us we've had weebills gleaning through the foliage, looking for small insects in the tops of these York gum here. We've had rainbow beater, a migratory bird, a summer breeding migrant from northern and inland parts of Australia, on the other bank. And really it's quite humming along in this little time before light goes. So it's quite a special spot, and well worth fencing and protecting.